everybody, and welcome back to Fourth and Fantasy. Tonight, we are talking 2026 rookies. We're doing a 12-team full PPR 0.75 tight end premium rookie mock draft, and we're about to break down every pick for you live. If you have rookie drafts coming up, consider this the blueprint. Do me a favor right now. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed, and let's get to the board.
Hey, yeah. I don't follow no script. I make my own lane. Got a spreadsheet mind and a red rat brain. Dynasty beats got that tape in my veins. While they drafting by names, I'm exposing their game. No cap. We study the craft like film room rats. Gyms in the fourth while they stuck in the past. It's levels to the dynasty. Keep or flex. From rookies to pros, we demand and respect. That's real. And I ain't never need clout for my clout to show. Just a mic I take and a team I grow. This ain't just picks, it's principle G. It's fourth and fantasy where you build your legacy. We 10 toes down, yeah, we stand on.
We're 10 toes down and we stand on facts. Hope y'all are doing absolutely amazing tonight, however you're viewing us, how you're viewing us, and whatever time it is. If y'all didn't know, but now you will know, my name is Hancho and this is my guy.
Siriaco, call me Rocco.
And we are your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. And Rocco, the land of the what?
We are a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty Sickos by Dynasty Sickos. Everybody's welcome, including P-Rock in the house early.
Everybody is welcome. And yes, Jamie is in the house saying, let's draft. Fun fact, Dr. Kellogg invented the cereal cornflakes to prevent what the hell? Masturbation. All right.
That shit didn't work.
That did. I'll take that. I'll take that light. I'll take that fun fact for tonight, Jamie.
That shit did not work.
Drafting with you dudes, eating a bowl of cornflakes, trying not to masturbate. I'm with you, man. Crispy, what's happening, my boy? How we feeling? Shout out to Crispy. Once again, tonight we're doing a rookie draft, and this is our first live one that we're doing for this season. And we got a couple of good folks in here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick and get it on the board so everybody is able to see. But Rocco, how are you feeling? We were out last week. Well, actually, you was holding the fort down the previous week before while I was out on a cruise. In the chat. Oh, we got Ben in the crib. Oh, hold on. I don't want. How we feeling, Ben? Get you up on this screen real quick. How we doing, once again, doctors in the house. Appreciate you joining us. He is also in this draft.
He's a PT, and that doesn't mean personal trainer. That means physical therapist. He be physically therapeuting people.
Getting that back academy right. Doing the good work. We're going to go ahead and actually let me mute myself here. All right, get this draft started. Let's see, but I already know who's going to go first. The consensus, the man on the thumbnail, Jeremiah Love. But let's see if that goes against the grain.
And here, I wish 0.75 P-Rug, my man. 0.75.
Jeremiah Love goes first as
wow, that's so I did not see that coming.
Totally.
That's what she said. Anyway, oh shit, we got a chat in the in the draft as well. Man, all I can say is I am so happy to have you back hosting, because let me tell you, it is not an easy job to, keep everything together. Like I was being, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, get a bigger picture of us.
Yep.
And fuck that screen. The people in the draft could see it. We could pop it up periodically, but man, I was trying some new shit with our timer, because we have some stuff that we're looking into, that we're working on. Oh, am I on the clock? Let me see. My screen's over here. So, son of a bitch, you took my guy, Makai Lemon.
Makai Lemon went 102.
Future Saint. I'm gonna get another guy that could also be a future Saint. Carnell Tate. I'm not gonna hold this up, but I'm gonna pick Carnell Tate.
I like it, man. Yeah. Ben says that damn Rocky was going while Rocco was in charge. Hey,
If you were there, you know that the red rocket was just blasting everywhere. It was blasting on the whole
Sadiq,
audience.
Sadiq goes 104. Hold on, let me bring it back. Sadiq goes at the 104. Hey,
Oh,
listen,
I see we're doing drugs early today.
listen, at that 0.75, I'm not too upset with it. You hear me? Like when you were if he goes to the right spot, it could be a solid spot for him. You don't think so?
No, no, no. I'm going. I'm probably going Tyson at 4, and then I'm going Dozer at at Pussy on Cam.
We got the kitty on cam, man. We don't get us taken
Kitty
down, Rock.
Cam. Oh
You know
yeah,
how
you know
TikTok be.
we gotta. This is like our second strike.
You
My
know how
guy wants to
TikTok
say
be.
hello.
They be trying to get us in
My
trouble, big
guy,
dog. Trying to
my
get us
guy
up
wants
out
to
of
say
there.
hello.
I'm liking some of these
Get
picks
out of
so
here,
far,
trouble.
man. And one of the things that I keep coming back with these drafts is how people
You're
are
on the clock,
going
by the
to.
way.
Oh, I'm on the clock. Jordan Tyson. I'm going to have to go. Let me bring back up the board here. I'm gonna have to go. Actually, I'll keep this up here. I'll go KC Concepcion for the win. I think he's very underrated, even where he's at right now. People were very much talking down on him, saying that he is very much overrated. I don't see it though. I like KC Concepcion, and I think he's going to be a fun player in the league, especially when you was looking at his QB play. We got a couple in the chat for a reason. The YouTube link isn't working for me. Oh no, Harold. Hova, y'all let us know. Are you able to access the link?
List if you got an X account, let us know and I'll send it to you via X, Twitter, as you know the cool people know it to be.
Yes, Stain. The sleep rap does very much like the close. I don't know why. It's like every time you go to the board and then you go to the chat and you go back to the board, that's when it's closed. Come on, sleeper, let's get it together. That's exactly why we have wonderful friends in the space creating platforms, man, doing good Lord's work for everybody in the fantasy community. And I just want to give a quick shout out to all our good friends that are our inventors, fan cred, doing the good work, going against League Safe. And then we have the new blue chip out there that is bringing mock drafts to the Debbie community, or college to Canton leagues, which I'm still trying to understand. What is the difference between C2C and Debbie? I still don't know, to be honest with you.
I can tell you exactly what it is.
What's the difference, Rocco?
Devi, you're able to draft basically anybody that's not in the NFL, and that'll be your Devi pick, whether it be incorporated in the startup or you have specified Devi picks. Campus to Canton, you run 2 concurrent leagues, one NFL and one college league, where you field the team just like you do your sleeper NFL fantasy football team. So you actually do college fantasy football. And the cool thing is when your guys age out and they get into the NFL, they graduate to your NFL roster. So it's like Devi, but you're playing 2 concurrent leagues.
Oh no, KM, you're going to end up autoing here in a moment, but we will pause it when we get to the end of round 1, just to give a quick breakdown of how it went. Honestly, I'm a little
Come on,
upset. Go
do
ahead.
better, Cam.
Yes,
Do
I'm
better, Cam.
a little upset of where Cooper is going now. Oh my, the hell going on with my script? That was ugly.
You're very blurry. You're
Very blurry.
very blurry. Yeah,
Oh no.
I think maybe some of that cornflake syrup hit the camera and that's
Oh,
opaque.
something's going on. But
Come on.
let me do this and see if that works. Kind of, not really though. Oh no, hold on, let me pause it. Let me pause.
Pa-
Pause.
Pause.
Doing a quick pause, real quick. All right, here we go. Jonah, we're gonna go over the first round really quick, just and then we get into round two. So we have Jeremiah Love 101, Makai Lemon 102, Carnell Tate 103. But if Rocco was the 102, it sounded like he was going Lemon ahead of Tate. And then we
I'm
have
going. I'm going Lemon all day.
Lemon
I
all
think
day.
he.
But
I
we don't
think
like them.
he.
We don't like lemons in real life though. Okay, we do like
I,
lemons in
I,
real life. Not Carl lemons though. That's our dad joke. Couldn't help myself. And
let.
then we got go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, we got
No,
Kenyon.
ah,
Fuck it. Yeah. We got Kenyon Sadiq at 104. That's the earliest I actually feel like I've seen him, but I'm not mad if he goes at the 104 overall. Now, talk to me, Rocco. How do you feel about him going ahead of Jordan Tyson, who some would think at this point is built out of paper?
I think fading injury talk is one of the best ways to generate value. I mean, that guy was the wide receiver one in you know out of the 2024 class. If he was able to carry over what he did in 2024, he would have easily been the wide receiver one in this class. And he had some injuries, so you're getting him at a discount. You're getting him at 4 or 5, maybe even 6. Yeah, I'm buying all day. Just go and watch that guy's tape from 2024 and tell me you're not impressed with what you see. One of the best guys after the catch. Really good at the catch point, able to create separation. I mean, this guy has it all. And you hear comparisons to like a Devontae Adams, and I can tell you, all around, if he was healthy, he might land as my wide receiver one in this class. So at 5 or 6, yeah, fuck yeah, give me.
He said, sign me up. Then we got Mendoza at the 106. Eli Stowers, 107. He's somebody who was actually, before he went crazy at the combine, was going at that turnaround, the late first. You can sneak him in that early second. With these type of settings, I just don't see him making that far anymore, Rocco. It seems like the tides have turned. And if he lands in a good place, we could see a Aronde Gatson type performance from him, maybe even better. You just never know. People like to kind of crap on him just a tiny bit, but once again, we have to remember that he used to be a quarterback, converted to a tight end, and I think he will do his best work going forward. And then we got, which hurts my feelings, Cooper Jr. goes at the 108, another person who was religiously going at that later first, in that you could potentially have got him in that 201, 202. Don't see that happening anymore. Then you go Casey Concepcion by moi, myself. Our good friend Addy goes Boston. Then we got Mike Washington late first. Then we got KM who autoed with Price. Went ahead of Jonah Coleman. Actually, sorry, we'll wait till go and then we'll break down round two as we go on. And the draft is back. Here we go. Jonah Coleman, that's the 201. Let's bring that back on screen as we keep going. Chris Bell at the 202. There was some talk, Rocco, that the Saints bringing him in and his old quarterback, Tyler Shug, putting in a good word to the New Orleans Saints front office to select his boy. And you're on clock right now, Rocco, just to let you know.
I'm never. I'm not. I'm generally not a fan of letting the quarterback pick his guy. I mean, I feel like it. I feel like that should be the front office's job. That's how CEH Clyde Edwards-Helaire went in the first round. So let the decision makers make the decisions. Let Tyler Shook throw the football. Now, if we can get a good value on him, in the third or fourth round, and maybe even day 3. Yeah, I'm with it, but don't let Chris Bell stop you from getting that first round wide receiver. I'm going to go with Emmett Johnson. I feel like he should be in the first round. Not sure why he didn't go in the first round. I have him easily over Mike Washington. Um, I think his slow 40 time dropped him down, and that's why I'm gonna pick up the value with my running back two in the
Is
second
Emmett
round.
okay? You said running back two, so you would say that you do have Emmett Johnson over Price, and what would you sniped Ben?
He was never getting to you. That's why I've stacked some 2.3s because in mocks I consistently see him going in that early first round. So that's a spot where I like to be at, and I think the fall off after that is steep and precipitous, if that's a real word. So let me get one of my last first round value guys at 2.3.
Hey, I'm not mad at it, and I think people have put too much stock into the 40 that he ran at the combine, and
Watch his tape. Watch
watch
his
the
tape and
tape.
tell me you're not gonna have fun. And plus, that guy can catch passes. That's what I want with my running back. So even if he's a satellite guy, if he can get me, 3, 4, 5 catches in a game, I can slide him as a running back too, with some upside.
And I feel like honestly, just if you watched Emmett Johnson play, you could tell he wasn't a burner. You could tell he didn't have no speedsters to him. But what I did like about Emmett Johnson game is he can make somebody miss in a phone booth. He has some really nice footwork, and then vision to go along with it. Where I think people will sometimes get themselves in trouble is they want someone with home run ability. And yeah, that's is fun as hell. We all love a Devon A Chain because he doesn't need many touches to go the distance, you know. But I feel like with Emmett Johnson, he can be a solid handcuff to a honestly, he could be a starter running back one day, right? Now, is he going to be somebody who you think might go 75 yards, 70 yards? No. But I still think he can be a very capable back. I think he can catch the ball like the two Rocco. And he can be, at the very least, a mid running back too in fantasy. At least. You feel me? So I do like Emmett Johnson, and I would put him ahead of Mike Washington. Not to shit and boo boo on Mike Washington. I just like Emmett Johnson's overall game. But I
Hey,
think, go ahead.
just to steal a comp from our good friend Chev, Charlie Garner ran a 4.65 at the combine. So, and he had an awesome career. So, when you can make guys miss like that, I think that's one of the best abilities that you can have coming into the NFL is, being able to make people miss and being able to force those misforced tackles. To link that up with an elite pass catching skill and it being able to be a pass game savant and a weapon. I think that he provides a lot of upside if he gets in with the right team.
Hell yeah. And we got Fan Cred tapping in with this. We just gave you a shout out, my boy. If you're needing a new league pot management system, go ahead and join Fan Cred. They have less fees than League Safe. We don't even like saying that name over here in these parks. We've already moved a good majority of our leagues over to Fan Cred and leagues that we haven't yet, we are having in plan to do so by 2027. We love the platform. We love the UI. For the drafts that or the leagues that we have started this year, we are already using FanCred, and you should too. We trust them. Our community very much trusts them, and the owner, the creator, is an absolute amazing person. If he's in the Discord, you can chat
Yeah.
with him. He loves the game just as much as we do. Shout out to our guy, man.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead,
don't
Rob.
have to you don't have to speak to somebody in another country if you have problems with it. And no offense, but sometimes it's hard to get your point across, to certain companies. But this guy will respond directly to you. He is Johnny on the spot. If you have an issue, he'll walk you through anything. You know, right now he's in the infancy stage of his career. And emphasis is that a word? In
Emphasis.
not emphasis,
No, emphasis.
infancy.
Oh,
He is in his infancy of the platform of the website. So he is Johnny on the spot. He'll walk you through personally. It's his thing. He doesn't have a group of secretaries to walk you through it. It's him. He'll walk you through it. And the best thing about, not the best thing, but what something I really appreciate about his platform is if you have Zelle, you can make your league payments free of charge. No what you call that, no charges, just for putting money into his platform. So that's what I really like about it. He has gradings on commissions, and we're going to be on a future podcast of his coming up soon, where he's going to talk to a bunch of league commissioners. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, his platform is pretty awesome, and it's very friendly user. It's not bullshit like League Champ, and not did I say
League
League
safe.
Champ? League
Yeah,
Safe.
League safe.
Sorry, Addy. Your website is definitely not bullshit. I love your website. we're partners.
No, we fuck with League Champ still. Don't. That's sorry. There's too many
we
things in league.
we fucks with League Champ. League Safe, we don't fucks with you.
Yes, Jamie.
Your site sucks. Get the fuck off of that shit and stop being frustrated with the bullshit that you have to put up with League Safe, not League Champ. League Champ's awesome.
Yes,
are we? Damn, this guy's how is he on auto and still, bro? Come on, man.
He took himself off auto. To be honest with you.
Come on, dude.
Pause the draft real quick, and let's bring back up the board and break down round 2. As we said, Jonah Coleman goes 201, Chris Bell 202, Emmett Johnson 203, Elijah Surratt. Absolutely, he went to James Madison. My brother graduated from James Madison before he went to Indiana. So I think he is underrated. Where that 204 is a good spot for him. He doesn't get as much love as Cooper just because he's not as dynamic, but I still think Cooper or Elijah Surratt has a good release package. He knows how to beat press. He has good hands. He knows about tempo in his routes. I think when it comes to the nuances of the wide receiver position, he's able to do that stuff. He's just not glamorous when it comes to the athletics, right? But I still think he is so much fun with the ball in his hands. He reminds me a lot of Stevie Johnson. When it comes to the route running capabilities of him, once again, back to the hands, I think he's able to be a lot more than what people are giving him credit for. Yes, State Morrison with it. League Safe has fees if you're not paying with your account. Oh, Jamie is flexing on us. He says he's only had to use his balances on his to pay for his League Safe fees. Hey, we hear you on that, big dog. Omar is in the house.
Man, what's up? Champion. That dude won so many freaking championships. They have an app just so he can show off how many championships he's won.
So many leagues.
So yeah, he basically this summer gun won literally every league we're in together. So man, shout out to Omar Diaz. If you want a true shark in your league, if you want to beat the best of the best, Omar is probably by far one of the best fantasy players in any of my leagues. Total shark right there.
I am 100% behind that. Omar whooped ass this past season. Whooped ass. So shout out to you, big dog. Keep doing it. And hopefully, I still want you to have success, just not against me. I'm trying to get me some chips too, my boy. Now, Mike Robb, damn, Stevie Johnson called. Listen, I'm telling you, got to go deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Johnson was a very underrated wide receiver. Our boy Armand says, Steven Johnson, a deep pull indeed. Hey, telling you, got to go deep in that skill set, bro. And then we got Ty Simpson at the 205, our good friend Nick Singleton from Penn State, who hurt his knee. We got Bernard, I believe it was knee. Then we got Bernard from Alabama. I think he's a steady riser coming up. he's somewhere in there for me. But woo, I know Rocco's gonna have. Let me come off of real quick off of our board to say we have Garrett Nassemeyer going at the 208, where he's Rocco says reach. He is my QB2 off the injuries, though. I will say he is ahead of Simpson for me. I think the oblique injury was way bigger than what his coach Brian Kelly gave up. Reason why his ass got up out of there, and I think that's why he really lost the locker room at the end of the day. I like the pick QB2. Hey, stand on them nuts, my boy. Rocco saying nah.
Man,
What?
stand on nuts sounds very painful. So, yeah, if you want to stand on your own nuts, I mean, congratulations, you got
Thank you, Ben.
large nuts, sir. But absolutely the fuck not. I watched his 2024 tape and I wasn't very impressed. Maybe I'm not the best film watching expert, but there was nothing in that in the games that I watched that was super impressive. I feel like he's a career backup, but I'm happy to be proven wrong.
You gotta go back to that 2020. I think the 2023 tape is pretty good. What up before the injury, but I see both sides. I can see where someone was like, I didn't like before I saw him in 2024, but I really do think the oblique injury.
You talking about 25?
Yes, in 2025. 2020. Oh, my bad. Yes, you did. Okay, 2020.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
26.
Sorry, y'all. It's been a week, but yes, I'm with you, man. But I like Gary Nossamware, and I think from the comps that I did see, he has some Tony Romo to him, if I'm being quite honest. And going back to the board, y'all know what it is. Y'all know who I picked. Zachariah Branch at 209. Hell, I feel so comfortable to take him even at the 202, 203 mark. If there's somebody who I am literally standing on the table for, is Zachariah Branch. Yes, people think he's a screen merchant. He's a short yardage guy. And I think there's so much more to his game than what he's been able to show. Or he's been able to show. And yes, USC, we saw him use in a certain way. Georgia, I think, was still trying to layer some things with him. Towards the end of the year with Georgia, he was running more different routes and he looked fairly comfortable. Then he gets to the combine, and I think he was one of the better looking route runners at the draft. Had a really good gauntlet. He looked really nice at his pro day. To be honest with you, I think Zachariah Branch can develop his game to be a demon out of the slot and sometimes go out wide and be able to beat a corner. I think 1v1, he is very elite. Now, hear me out. There's certain things I do think he needs to work on, right? I do think he plays around a little bit too much at the line. I do think he needs to get to his spot and go. Put stress on the corner. Because you're going to get to the lead and there's going to be guys just as fast as you, and they're going to have length. So they're going to be able, vertically, they're going to be able to take you out of the game that way. But I want to see him use more in the horizontal game. And when it comes to, if he goes to a team that's schematically can get him the ball, I think it's skies up. So I like me some Zachariah Branch, and that's not because I have a Georgia Bulldog sombrero over there. Go Dogs!
It's a little bit because you got the sombrero.
Y'all know how I feel about
it's a little bit. It's a little bit because you got the sombrero. Don't lie to these good folks in here.
You're right.
It's a little bit like it. Like if he played for Middle Tennessee State, you wouldn't be talking this.
I'm not mad at you, brother. Listen, I will at this point in the game. I hear people's arguments against Zachariah Branch, and they're very valid. But there's also evidence there to show that he can be a wide receiver in the NFL. But that's just me. And then we're gonna go with Addy. He took Skylar Bell, my second favorite wide receiver in this draft out of Connecticut. He had one of the most impressive pro days, and I think he should be going higher than where he is. Then we got big boy Mike, big dog Mike. If you don't know who Mike is, he's part of Dynasty Dogs, and he's about
Mike is a fucking giant.
Yeah, 7 foot tall and shit.
He's
went with
6'37".
Ted Hurst, and then Brazil at the end. And Brazil was actually going towards the beginning of the second initially in this draft process and the rookie mocks I've seen. So it's actually funny to see him at the late second. But what do you think about that, Rob?
I'm pretty sure he would have went earlier in the second if folks didn't reach for like guys like Nick Singleton, Garrett Musmeyer, and Zachariah Branch.
Why you had to throw Zachariah Branch out there, big dog? No, the shade is real out in this motherfucker. I hear y'all. Come on, man.
I'm straddling the fence. I'm straddling
I
the
ain't mad
fence.
at you.
But man, these people in these streets hate them some Zachariah Branch, man. If you proven right on this one, that would the victory lap will be legendary. And I'm
Y'all
on
will
the
be sick of
clock.
me. You are on the
Some a
clock.
bitch.
Y'all will be
They
sick
took
of
my
me if
guy.
Zachariah Branch does pop off. But some of the people I well respect in the draft community very much like themselves Zachariah Branch, and they think he can have potential to be a NFL wide receiver. Damn, why is everybody on fan? Well, what are we doing, man? Zachariah single branch route tree. Come on now.
Go Branch.
Come on now. What you that was a good one though. I'll give you that. Mike asked Branch, the return specialist, and if he will, because he actually had a private workout for the New Orleans Saints, and that was one of the things that they had him doing was kick returning and punt returning, and to be because I think that is a very big part of him, and he can be a playmaker towards that. I would love to see him with Chris Olave though. I think Chris Olave, if they went Chris Olave, Zachariah Branch, and I believe there was somebody else that y'all literally just signed at the wide receiver spot that have you, or maybe that was another team.
We have Olave, we have Vele, and we have Polk. To my knowledge, I don't know if we signed anybody else. I'm gonna stop the slide here. This guy should have gone in the second, but some of the reaches left him on the board for me. The other guy I'm looking for was Malachi Fields, but I think this guy.
Oh, I know who you go.
All of it is situation dependent, but we're talking about a guy who's the career rushing leader.
Oh no,
at a school that had Saquon Barkley and big time Miles Sanders. He's not the fastest guy, but I think he's got great vision and he can carry a running offense if he lands in the right place.
Jamie says Singleton would be the third running back in this class. What you talking about, man? I don't know. I think I have Katron Allen over Singleton. Hear me out. Katron Allen reminds me of Lindell White. That's who my comp is for Katron Allen, is Lindell White. Go back and watch some Lindell White at USC. You can't watch Reggie Bush from back in the day and not peep Lindell White.
Oh, poor Big Mac. Peanut butter Seth time. Peanut butter Seth time. Sniped his ass. Sniped him in the ass. Whatever that means.
Says Lee Safe is tripping because they have a $5 withdrawal fee. They are fucking tripping.
It's up to $5 now.
They on drugs.
See, I never even take my shit out. I just leave it in to let it roll over to pay for the next year. I don't even take that shit out. Like it's just laundering to the next year. No real laundering, but I'm just not putting it in. I'm not taking out. I'm just letting those winnings pay for the next year.
Yeah, that's kind of how. So I take a little bit out, but I have grown. I have take that kind of mindset of I keep enough in there to be able to pay for the other leagues. And he did get sniped as the board is going on.
I think that's peanut butter Seth right there. Seth Miller, 7370. You got sniped, bro.
Peanut butter.
He's in the chat.
Listen, as this one going, one players that just went in the third that I think has a lot of value, especially in the third, Antonio Williams. His name has come up quite a bit in the last, I say, week and a half, 2 weeks. And he's another guy that I believe is underrated to where, yes, he didn't show his fullest capabilities in 2025. He was banged up just a tad bit, but I think, and he's not a burner, right? But he's someone who, another guy who has shown good route running, good hands. He gives you a little bit of something after the catch. I think he'll bounce back from his 2025. And in the third at 305 from our good friend Ben, I think that might be one of the best values out of that whole third, if you ask me. Just looking at it. As the my bad. I didn't. I'm on the clock. Let
You
me
got
see
less than a minute.
who do I want to go with. Um, this is a little hard one for me, but I think at this point of the game, I'm gonna go ahead and grab me Damon Claiborne out of Wake Forest.
Speak on him.
I think when actually my Dallas Cowboys brought him in for a visit, and he's another guy who brings you speed. He brings you a home run ability. He brings you some wiggle. He doesn't like to go down on first contact. And at this point, I feel like at what 309, and I'm a little upset because I did like Seth McGowan. I actually have them quite pretty much close to each other. I think Seth McGowan is going to surprise a lot of folks because I think he has a good dual threat ability to him. Jamie asks, "Do you like Antonio Williams over Trey Lance's brother, who went at 304?" Seth Miller took him. I would take Antonio Williams over Lance's brother. Honestly, I think when you come to competition, and yes, I don't want to hold that too much against Lance because he did dominate, but hey, Antonio Williams has great value in the third. He's someone who was going in that second. If you can get him in the third now, beautiful. Lance, he's going anywhere towards that late second, early third. Let's see. Jamie asked, "Did you skip Singleton 2024 year? 2025 could have been all about." I mean, hey, I'm not. Yeah, Singleton, his freshman year, he looked good, right? He looked good, but I think when it comes to, he's one of those guys that I see, he's straight line, he's there, but I don't think he gives you much more than straight line ability. You feel me? He doesn't really has wiggle to his game, and yeah, it's not a really serious injury that he's dealing with at the very moment. It's just that I kind of like Katron Allen just a tad bit more.
Yeah,
Just a tad.
let's be realistic. After the draft, a lot of these guys are gonna get resorted based on landing spots because if Singleton goes, I don't know, what's a team that has running backs. If he goes like in the fourth or fifth round, um, drawing a blank. If he goes to like the Bucks, who already have a few running backs, do you still like him? I mean, can he can really,
If he goes to the
he
Seattle
can
Seahawks,
he can yeah, if he goes to the Seattle Seahawks, it's up. But there's a lot of bad landing spots he can go to, where it's gonna take some doing for him to get to the top of that depth chart. You know, Ideally, I would like to see him go somewhere where he can be a pass game, weapon. Get out into space, create space for him, and let him use that explosive athleticism. But you're talking about a guy that's already injured, a guy that he didn't ascend. He declined year over year after early on in his career. And that worries me. That worries me. A guy that stayed for 4 years, in college. That shit worries me.
and Mike Robb, I am a Cowboys fan by choice, man. I signed up for this pain. I signed up for for these long days, man. So absolutely love my boys. Ben says there's a reason Singleton lost that room to K-Tron. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Our friend Armand
Hey,
says
that's
yes.
all I
See
can.
how
That's all I can say. He had a chance to beat him out, and K-Tron beat him out. So you telling me I can get, K-Tron Allen basically a round later than Singleton? Yeah, give me. You wanna pause this and run the ad?
yes. Yes, we're going to pause this real quick. We'll be right back after this quick break from our good friends at League Champ and also the owner, one of the owners, one of the founders is in the draft. Our good friend Addy is at a flag football game where you can win a free NFL jersey by being the number one ranker of the week when the football season comes around. But they are doing a draft competition of you predicting the first round. But nevertheless, here is League Champ, and we be right back after this. And we are back. This is Fourth and Fantasy. Like, share, and we are your fantasy playbook. More championship wins. And Rocco, the land of the what?
We're a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty Sickos. Bye, Dynasty Sickos. Let's get this fourth round in.
Let's get this fourth round in. But let's first discuss the third round. Jacoby Lane goes at 301. Max Clare, who was before the season started and before he transferred to Ohio State, was looked at as tight end one. How quickly that has changed. Sadiq took that over. Elias Stowers jumped him. Hell, we even have damn near. Oh, actually, no, he went ahead of Trig and Jolly. So good thing. I'm happy to see someone still has some respect on him. But he is before he's transferred to Ohio State. I believe if I'm remembering correctly, he was at Purdue. And I'm gonna have to fact check myself on that one, but I believe it was Purdue. And he looked good. I'm telling you, when it came like after yards after the catch, when it came to soft hands, when it came to route running, he was deemed tight end one. Now, when you go to Ohio State and you're working with Jeremiah Smith, the 101 in 2027, then you're working with Carnell Tate, who is a top 3 selection in this draft. You're going to lose targets and you're going to become an afterthought, which sort of happened to Max Clare. Now, I think he will be a good to great pro. If let's say he goes to the Cincinnati Bengals, I think that is a beautiful spot for him. Then we got K-Tron Allen, who could say is absolutely great value at the 303. Bryce Lance, I believe was his name, out of North Dakota State, Trey Lance's brother, Antonio Williams, Mike Trigg. Then we got Jay Taylor. I don't really know much about his game, if I'm being quite honest with you. I haven't looked much at his film. That is on my list to do. I do want to learn more about him. Seth McGowan is a dual threat running back in this draft. He can catch the ball, he can run the ball, and he is pretty explosive. Love his game. As in the third round, he's one of the sleeper running backs that you need to know of. Damon Claiborne, as I stated before, home run hitter, shifty, will do that thing to you, will put that thing on you in every single way possible. Malachi Fields, taken by Addy. I am not the biggest fan of Malachi Fields. I do respect or have people I have respect for in this game that love Malachi Fields. So I am personally looking, I will take their judgment, but I'm going to let others draft him. where Justin Jolly's probably was somebody I would have took over Malachi Fields from our good boy Mike. Oh, sorry, Mike, who took him like Justin Jolly's game. I actually would have took Justin Jolly ahead of Trigg. And then we got Cade from Clemson, who I think is buttermilk buns, cheeks, ass, all that. I don't think he's a good quarterback, but that's just my personal opinion on that one. But let's resume this draft and see how round 4 goes, and really appreciate everyone who has tuned in tonight. We're 45 minutes in. Like, share, and subscribe. We have more mock drafts that we're going to do before the draft, with the actual NFL draft in about 3 weeks. Looking to do a 14-team and a 16-team mock draft to get your reps in. Yes, the standard is 12, but I know a lot of us actually do play those formats. Mike says Max Clare is built both game style and name wise a Baltimore. Yo, Mike, you done said something absolutely great right there. I do believe that he would be the perfect Mark Andrews replacement, or at least tight end too. I think he does a good job at blocking, and he could learn a lot from Mark Andrews. That's a good input right there. And just think about it for a moment, and it all makes sense. It 100% makes sense, Mike. Demi says our main man Chev is coming on my Dynasty podcast April 15th. Y'all stay tuned for the rookie tight end breakdown on Fantasy Six Pack. We're going to be able
like swimwear.
We'll be in there, my boy.
He said it's pronounced Jolie, like Angelina Jolie. If you want to see an awesome movie, go watch Gia. But watch it for the content, not other things. But yeah, Jolie. Like Angelina Jolie.
Listen, Seth, I'm not going.
But that crazy as fuck.
Chef would agree with you on that. Brennan would be over Branch. As Chef said, Brennan is what people think Zachariah Branch is. And looking at, I think
Brennan of the 4.2640.
Brennan Thomas, I think in this class is one of the best ball trackers when it comes to the deep ball. And he reminds me so much of Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson coming out of Cal was 5'9", 171-ish, around there, 171, 172. Brennan Thomas is 5'9", 168-ish, 169, and he looks it. And you would think he'd be easily pressed, knocked off his spot. People be able to get to his chest. He does have sometimes trouble, but he does a better job than I would have thought when it comes to getting off of the jam. Handwork is really nice. His footwork to get around, his release package is nice. If you mess with that jam, boy, you're going to be in a very bad spot because he gets up on you really quickly. And then I saw there was a play I was looking at where the corner tried to jam him, totally missed. Brendan Thompson slipped and still dusted this motherfucker. This is how fast Thompson is. Now, I think he has some Tutu Atwell to his game, and I absolutely do love me some Tutu Atwell. People need to put more respect on his game and on his name. It's just that when it comes to certain wide receiver types, he just doesn't fit what the Rams want in a way. I feel like in their wide receivers, they got. If you look at Puka, if you look at Devontae Adams, if you look at even Whittington, these are big 6'1" and up wide receivers. Tutu is 100% not that, So, but I do like Brennan Thompson's game 100%.
Man, this has nothing to do with fantasy football, this draft, but Jamie P-Rog that's keep talking about this cornflake analogy or story story of the day. It reminds me of when I went to a friend's house and I don't know, we were just sitting there shooting the shit and their grandma came out and I don't know what we were talking about, but somehow she got to talking about the reason why they have seals on like your goods at the grocery store now. That there's a reason why. This is not the only reason, but there's a reason why they have these seals like on the mayonnaise jar, for instance. And she said when we went to the store back in the day, we would never grab the mayonnaise in the front. There's a good reason why we'd always get the mayonnaise in the back, because the stock boys. And I thought this was it. I thought she was gonna leave everything implied, but no, she said, the stock boys put their genitals, and genitals means wieners, in the mayonnaise jar to, you know, masturbate. They obviously didn't eat their cornflakes, because these horny bastards stick their wieners in the mayonnaise jar. And this 80-year-old lady was telling us this story. So it got kind of weird, but his story reminded me of that story that I heard recently. So talk to your old folks, man. They get you some good ass stories, stuff
About
you
the
never knew.
wieners and mayo. That's
Dogs in your mayo, and that's the reason why you picked the one from the back.
dogs in the mayo. Hey, that's the fuck is happening. He says, "What the
Crispy, that happened in your hometown too. You just have to ask some older folks, what used to go down in the 50s and 60s.
He said, "What the fuck is happening right now?" That's what I'm trying to figure. He said, "What made you go with that bar?" That's what. And I like how this round is addy. If you're playing flag football right now, I could have sworn you had yourself on auto with the Q. You might have came back and had yourself a water break, but you're about to go on auto nevertheless. But I like how this fourth round
Pick Addy.
has gone by so far. Hold on, and we're gonna let it slide by real quick and do its thing. I'm trying to figure out who did Seth pick. I could be, and it's messing me up right now.
He picked Dan Connors.
Thank you. I was trying
The Terminator.
I was trying to remember.
Dean Connors.
Dean Connors? Yeah, I don't.
And I can tell you that is not a fantasy football stud name. His name's Dean Connors. I can almost guarantee you that he's
Travis
not going to make
Allen.
any waves in fantasy football.
Just look. Oh, he played for Houston. He ran for 977 yards, 4.9 average, 6 touchdowns. It's cool, I guess. That's not too bad. I always want to see guys, and he's from fucking Hawaii at that. That's kind of crazy. But
He should be blocking somebody. That's gonna be a fullback.
He looks like Yosemite Sam. He's from goddamn Hawaii. That's hilarious.
Who? Yosemite Sam.
He looks like Yosemite Sam. The
Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out who Yosemite Sam is.
He look like Yosemite Sam.
I thought that's Hawaii. I thought that's some Hawaiian stuff.
He does not look like he's from Hawaii at all.
You coming back from the islands with some stories.
I'm telling you, Yosemite. Our boy Mike is on the board. Cyrus Allen came off. Dean Connors is the assistant manager. No, literally.
To be honest, he just did my taxes, so thank you, Dean Connors.
He definitely sounds like a very blue chip kind of guy.
Hey, if you have a stoppage in your toilet, Dean Connors.
He's
the best shit unstopper in the universe.
He's gonna get you right. I'm telling you.
He gonna get that shit flowing right to the sewage.
Top fourth round sleeper. Get yourself some Dean Connors. Hey, Miller, we're just giving you a tough time, big dog. And I just noticed this man, Rocco, got, I think, honestly, one of the best values in the draft. And we're going to talk about it when we get to this end of this fourth round. Let's see if KM autos 4 straight times. No, I'm just fucking with you, KM. A little bit.
What KM stands for?
Don't get us canceled now. Don't do.
I was just gonna say he's having a kind of mid draft.
61 catches at Rice for Houston. Haven't watched him at all, but Willie Fritz gets some dogs. I'm with you. I like the logic, nevertheless. And
Hey, shit. Some of my best picks are narrative picks. So I picked
after
Puka Nakua
Chisholm,
because he had a cool name.
after Chisholm, I feel like he was a guy that you got a lot of the times as an undrafted rookie. If I'm being quite honest with you, but we're in the 4th round. If any of your rookie drafts has more than 4 rounds, slap the shit out of your commissioner because that man's tripping. I think rookie draft should never
Oh,
go
oh,
more than 4.
only if it's IDP. If it's IDP, it can go up to 6. But in a somewhat weak draft, I mean, after the actual NFL draft, some of these guys that we picked today are going to be, they're not even going to be picked in 4-round drafts because some of these guys may be UDFAs. Some of these guys might just wash out. I mean, look at guys that we liked last year, like a Damian Martinez. He's what, on his 3rd team already, and
Madness.
he may never do anything. I mean, he's sitting on a lot of waivers at this point. And he's a guy I loved the tape that I saw of him last year, but he's apparently not an NFL player because he keeps getting kicked from team to team.
I really want I really want to know what's happened with Damian Martinez. What about him? I mean, he did have off the field troubles. So maybe what we know or what we don't know is something
That
that's
that
holding
that
him back. You know what I'm saying?
that could
So
be it, baby. He's just a guy. You know, talent is a lot of it, but if you don't have superstar talent, then you have to have a superstar attitude. And when you have a bad attitude and just decent talent, there's 100 running backs that want to be in the league right now, and are on the verge of being either in the league or out of the league. So if you don't have a good attitude, you just might not make it in the league. So
yep.
maybe that's it, but um, you know, uh, I hope it's not the talent, and I'm just, and I just shouldn't believe what I thought I saw. But look at Javon Baker. He's another guy that I
Another
thought
one,
had
man.
excellent tape, and he just can't stick it. But his attitude problems are more well known than Damian Martinez.
Yeah, that's
Hit
that's
us up
probably
with
one of
that.
my harder misses. I ain't gonna lie. Javon Baker was
We
somebody
all
on tape,
missed.
on film, he had it. You could see he had it. He had showings with the Patriots and training camp. He in certain
I'm
games
pretty
too.
sure our guy Angelo, who's one of the better, player evaluators, in our stratosphere. Even he had him as like a top 5. I want to say a top 5-ish, maybe even higher wide receiver in that class. And so it's not just us. Guys that miss, a lot of people miss on. And you know, we can look at what they did in college. We can, look at their athleticism. We can look at the tape, but we can't look at, how they fit in with the team. And some guys have one chance and they may not have any chance. They may go to a team with a loaded room, with a coach that they don't see eye to eye with, and they just get blackballed for lack of a better word, and pretty soon they're out of the league. They never get another shot because every year there's more talent coming into the league. So, if you don't make waves early on, you can get flushed right out of the league.
Yep. Now let's break down this final round. And once again, thank you everybody for tuning in to tonight's episode. Like, share, and subscribe. Morrison said I was never on Baker. I was on Polk. Even worse. even
From bad to worse.
even worse. But forever 49ers forever went with Jack Indris. I don't know how to say his last name. And then we have Le'Veon Moss come off at the 402. Brennan Thompson, one of the better picks in the 4th round by our good guy Rocco over here. Dean Connors by Seth. Ben with Carson Beck, Mr. Stupid Face himself. Just kidding, dog. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful. Go Dogs. He says there's no bad blood between him and the Dogs. He told the story of what happened, and you know, he first thought he was going to leave, go to the NFL, and then he changed his mind, and they already gave the starting role to Stockton. So he had to go somewhere else. So not too mad at it. Then you have T. Green. I think he's one of the bigger projects at the quarterback position, and I don't think he needs to convert to any other position. We always see guys who are super athletic at the QB position. People like, oh, he needs to convert to a quarterback. He needs to convert to a wide receiver. I think he just needs a lot of development, and he could be potentially something there. I think the best
Yeah,
quarterback.
you never really know in the NFL though, because if you're not a high round draft pick, sometimes you need to do what you need to do just to stick in the league. So, um, it's the interceptions that are gonna make or break him, and he's gonna have to show the fuck out in practice. Or he's an elite, a super elite athlete. So, either he may get moved to a different position, or he may get slotted into like a Taysom Hill type of role. But it all is contingent on him getting to the right team, because we see so many old school coaches, so many uninventive play callers and OCs that just ruin a guy. So there's probably less than half the league with teams that have inventive coaches and are going to find a good plan for a guy like that. Hopefully he gets drafted into one of those teams and doesn't just get put on the wayside and just kind of sit. He does need to sit if he wants to be a quarterback, but doesn't just sit around with no plan for him. He is a true wild card in this draft, and he was impressive down in the Senior Bowl. He made some of the biggest wild plays, but he had some of the most boneheaded interceptions as well. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of seasoning, and I don't know if coaches are patient enough to let him, just sit around and not find another position to put him at.
Jamie says Fan Crash should go on Shark Tank to pitch his shit to Mike Cuban. He should. He should. Let them get all the money over there. Then we
Why
have
Mark
Drew.
Cuban look like a mama now? Why all these rich folks, as they get older, they start looking like grandmas, like all of these rock stars, like Aerosmith and I forgot, but all these dudes look like your mama on that.
I cannot, dog. Drew,
Like, bro, what is it with rich old white men that look like mamas once they hit their 60s?
which is I feel like it's just a
What's
switch.
up with that?
And then we had Drew Alar, who honestly, if we're talking about upside, he has one of the higher ones. And if you liked what you saw from him in 2024, you might just be all the way in on him. In the fourth round, that's just easy. I'll take that bet any time of the day, any pick. I feel like that's just good value right there.
Yeah, you talk about a guy. He needs some seasoning, but he's a toolsy guy. He can make some big time throws, but it's gonna take a lot of seasoning, just like a Taylor Green. But the problem with him, Drew Alar, is that he doesn't have another position he can fall off to. Nobody's gonna confuse him with a tight end or a wide receiver or a Taysom Hill type of role. So he's got to kind of make it as a QB. But he's going to take I would say he's going to take at least 2 years, even though he had 25 touchdowns and 2 interceptions as a sophomore. He's got some boneheaded plays on tape. So yeah, it's going to take some time with that guy. Hopefully he doesn't land somewhere where they expect him to start early, because he's not ready.
Then we got Eli, and I don't even know how to say this man's name. I gotta literally look up it after we get off of here. Eli Heidenrich out of out of the Navy, who basically was a running back, wide receiver. But when he lines up outside, when you actually have him do wide receiver stuff, he looks really decent. Like, I think he's somebody who can secretly have a role in the NFL, especially if he goes someplace that knows or creatively knows how to use him. Then we got Kalen Black, selected by myself, who honestly at 4 or 9, I think he can have very solid days. I love his game. He's not, once again, not a burner, but he doesn't like to go down on the first hit. He has good vision. I think he has good contact balance, and when in that Indiana offense was very much needed to win themselves a championship. Love me some Kalen Black.
Do
Then
you worry? Do you worry that he played a full 6 years in college, and
you
he's a
know,
6 year breakout?
I mean, hey, listen, RJ Harvey's old as fuck too, so it's
I know that everybody hates RJ Harvey. I can't get a
but
fucking first for that son of
I,
a bitch right now. I can't get a single solitary 2026 weak ass draft first for him. So, and he's like the fucking messiah of 6 year, 25-year-old rookie running backs.
Jamie, baby, what we doing, man? Come on, he said I'm hard.
He's high, man. Let me. He must want me to get Pooh 9 on the camera again. Where y'all at?
This
Kiddies?
man said the Jamie say I'm gone. Now Cyrus Allen, honestly, he could have won in the third. That's how he's one of the better wide receivers. He's one of the better route runners. He gets so nasty. And if y'all not familiar with this account on Twitter X, it's called Pat Stats, and they break down film and videos on prospects to a science. And he was doing a diamond release, and that shit looked so lethal. Man, he's gonna be a problem. If he's once again, he's somebody I think he has that Z slot flexibility. And if you put him on a 101 island, I think he can very much win. I like me some Cyrus Allen. And we had our boy Crispy talk about Mike's pick, Sam Roche out of Stanford, who he says is the Mark Andrews replacement. I could see that too. He almost had one of the same body types, so I'm not
Man,
against it.
what's funny is you gotta like really like project with some of these guys, because if you look purely at the numbers that Roosh put up, Roach,
Roche,
it is not pretty. If you want to look at the raw stats, um you want to look at the PFF numbers, it is not attractive what he did in the league. But it is cool. Let me see if I can show you this. Oh shit, I can't. Oh fuck. Hold up. Keep talking. I'm gonna boom. Look at that. That's a fucking football player I want on my team. He's like fucking Clark Kent out here with the fucking broken glasses. Man, tell me you don't want that guy on your team.
I can't.
You can't say it. You can't say it.
You said you can't. I don't even know what to say to that photo. To be honest with you, big dog, is he Jinkies looking motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So,
He's a what?
and is he Jinkies? It's from who used to say that, Velma from Scooby Doo type shit. Every time she said, okay, I'm sorry, I'm old head. Can't help myself.
Speaking of Scooby Doo, man, Scooby and Shaggy were the highest people. They were higher than Giraffe Nuts. P-Rog is at the current moment. Those motherfuckers was the highest. And as kids, we knew it, and they influenced the whole generation to get on that shit.
And the last pick in the fourth round, Eli Rory Dunn. I think it's Rory Dunn. Rory Dunn. I don't know, bro.
Is that a write-in? I don't know. That's a fucking auto pick. It's not even worth talking about.
I mean, he's a Notre Dame tight end. He kind of has some
back.
He kind of has some AJ Barner to his game, I would say, but I still like AJ Barner coming out. So that was our 4 rounds of a 12-team 0.75 tight end premium rookie mock draft. Thank you to everybody who joined this round. We're going to be doing a 14 team. We're going to be doing a 16 team for all situations, as I am somebody who am in a couple of 14 and 16 team leagues. But once again, I appreciate everybody. Like, share, and subscribe this was our first rookie draft or live rookie draft. So once again, wherever you view us, how you view us, what time, thank you, everybody. Jamie says, I'm gonna be wearing those short. I can't. Them short ass skirts, bending over looking for her glasses, teasing us and shit. Boy,
Man, you better eat your fucking cornflakes and get
He's
put that mayonnaise back in the fridge.
Get your goddamn cornflakes.
Put that mayonnaise back in the fridge, P-Rock.
He said, ain't that type of night, baby. Let's get it together.
Watching it getting hard up over some cartoons over here.
But we have a lot more in store for y'all. The draft is only 3 weeks away, and we got a lot more content to give you and more to bring. But we are your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. And Rocco, the land of the what?
We are a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty sickos, by Dynasty sickos, even sickos that want to fuck cartoons.
What cartoons?
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome. Appreciate everyone. Y'all have a good rest of your day, night, however you view us, in your bed, on your couch, on the toilet. Y'all have an amazing night. This is
Even eating those cornflakes.
Eat them cornflakes.